All right, so one of the things that I'm thinking through about this hardware is, okay, look, I've got an impact driver, and this is like one of the things that beginners do not want to use. Why? Because these things are so powerful, right? And it's got a straight tip on there. See that straight tip? Okay, and those are notorious for slipping off and scarring up the woodwork. So, but I'm gonna use this in a way that hopefully doesn't put us in any danger. I'm gonna spin these guys down, but I'm not gonna sink them with this, right? I'm gonna finish it off manually, okay? Because the other thing too about this is that underneath the silver here, these are brass. Brass is very, very soft. And so one of these can snap a brass screw without even thinking about it. You know, it just says, give that to me and I'll just do it. So, but here I am here, gonna see how fast that is? You know, I'm just gonna get it close. And I don't want to put a lot of downward pressure, but I'm just spinning it in. And there used to be other hardware on these, but we're not using that. We're using something else. See how easy that spins off? Okay, so I'm gonna get that close. See how that works? Man, maybe this is not a good idea, huh? Huh, all right, well that's not working like I want, but man, it worked really good on the last one. All right. So I'm gonna finish this off. I mean, shoot, it might have been faster with my just doing it by hand, right? I mean, to begin with, but then you gotta take into account that old man's hands aren't as strong as they used to be and wearing them out. So I'm just trying to save a little bit of energy. But you remember, I gave Kenny the, have you seen his Yankee screwdriver?
The one that's long?
Oh yeah, that's what you really want to use to put this stuff on, you know, so. Okay, there we go. See that? Okay. Perfect. Oh, look at that. See that? Okay. Now, that's the other thing too about the hardware is, I don't know if you can see that or not, but watch how it pulls the sash together. So quality hardware will do that. If it's not quality hardware, it doesn't do that at all. But it's also important to get the installation right, because it's on you as an artisan to get the installation right, because if you don't do that, it still won't engage right, you know what I'm saying? So there's that. All right, so now that's done, I'm gonna do these guys. Got some screws. I'm just gonna leave these screws in there for a second. Okay, so I've got a technique that I've been using here. First, if my handles go way down here, look, I've got this wonderful thing going on here where these windows actually open and I can raise it up almost eye level. Isn't that nice? So, okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. This has been my gauge. I got one here, and that's where it goes. See that? Bam. I don't make it complicated, but one of the things I am going to do though is I'm going to get it 3/8 from the top. Okay, so that, boom, right on the money. Got my holes. Perfect. Okay. Try to hit my 3/8 right on the money every time. So one of the things that one of the skills you have to develop with old houses is the ability to trust your eye. Okay? But to trust your eye, you also have to educate your eye, right? So by educate your eye, like you have to know what things should look like, right? And if you know what they should look like, then you, as the artisan, as a practitioner, as a technician, can then start to eyeball things, right? Because the thing about these old houses is they're never like perfectly straight. They're always a little out of kilter, out of sorts, right? They've moved, they've shifted, they've been here for 100 years, and you know, gravity's been pressing on them. The soil has changed, the rains have flooded. There's, you know, all kinds of different things that factor into the condition that house is actually in. And because, you know, when somebody builds a house, they do things like they build it straight. They build it tight, they build it together. And of course, there is the exception to that, but for the most part, that people try to do. But over 100 years, guess what? I mean, you've got the elements, the humidity, like I said, the rain, and the house ebbs and flows with the environment, and it relaxes to the environment. And that's what you have to do, is you have to learn how to work with what you're given. You have to relax with the house. You can't go into a house with the preconceived ideas what it's supposed to be like this, and so I'm going to try to force it into that mold. No, you have to adapt and see what the house is actually saying to you. Don't force your preconceived ideas onto the house. Let the house speak to you, and let all the builders who came before you speak to you. Say, you like, look at this door here. This door that allows, there's a little door right there, see it? Here, come around here and look at that, see? Like this door here, okay? What does that door say?
Someone else been here.
Yeah, and it says, this is how you, this has meaning, this has intention, right? So that's the builder beforehand saying, access this door to get inside, right? Don't take all this casing off. Access, that's how you do it. So look and see what the building's actually saying to you before, diving in, enforcing your preconceived ideas on the building. So that, and that takes work, it takes study, it takes, so like, if you want to know, where to put these handles, you got to go and look and find other handles that haven't ever been moved, right? And then ask the question, why do they put them there? You don't want to go find some, Home Depot handle that somebody put on there, because that's not, you'd have no guarantees that was what the original builder intended. As a matter of fact, if you've got Home Depot hardware on there, you can rest assured that it's probably screwed up. I mean, really, because, what did that person know? And unless that person who put it on there, went through the exercise of trying to figure out what it's supposed to look like, what it's supposed to be, then 9 times out of 10 he's going to get it wrong. I mean, he might get it right by accident, right? But, that's gonna be an accident, and so you'd be following the wrong guy, the wrong person, So trying to figure all that stuff out. So you got to follow somebody. I would recommend on these houses. I mean, use the houses, as your teachers, as your guide, to know how things are supposed to be, So, but you saw me use a drill on that one. We worked perfectly good. It didn't work very good on that one, but. Okay, so I'm going to try something different. I'm going to put this, what do you call it, this slotted screwdriver tip in a longer holder, so that way when I put it in my driver like that, maybe it'll reach better. So this works pretty good. Oh, that works pretty good right there. Oh yeah. All right, so we get this in here. Oh, I think that's a lot better. Yeah, so that works better, right? So the first technique didn't work as very good, but the second technique always works better. Cool, thanks for getting that.